Well, hello everyone, and welcome to my training slash webinar, Simple Strategies for Finding the Perfect CRM. My name is Tamara Burkett. I am your customer loyalty architect, and just a couple of housekeeping rules before we get started. I'm so glad that you can join me. It is finally beautiful outside here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 74 degrees outside. Say what? I'm telling you, like last week or so, I was still wearing my boots, my winter boots. So I'm so glad that I can dress for the weather and dress spring-like and just really enjoy the sun on my face and be out. So anyways, thank you for coming. I'm excited about giving this training or to you all because when I started my search for the perfect CRM system, I went through a lot of mistakes that cost me time and tons of money. And I really want to save you all through that whole episode. I made the mistakes so you don't have to. So just a couple of housekeeping rules before we get started. Oh, let me go over here. Gotta do it this way. My goodness. Okay, so housekeeping rules. Please eliminate distractions during our time together. I know our time is precious. The information that I am sharing with you is really on the technical side, and sometimes that information can be hard to understand and digest. So you really want to eliminate any distractions. If you have young ones in the house or if you have pets, you may want to close the door or whatnot. And phones, make sure that you silence your phone. Even putting your phone on the desk or in the desk, would definitely do you some good so you can actively listen to this information. Also, make sure that you're taking notes if you can, whether you are at home or in the office, or maybe you're at a cafe. Maybe that's your office today. If you have the space and you're sitting down, take notes on some of the information I'll provide you, because it will definitely benefit you when you go and you're in search of your system. If you are driving in your car, just be safe is what I just want to make sure that you're safe, you're listening, but you're paying attention to the road. So if you can, take notes. And then if you have questions, type it in the chat box. Type your questions in the chat box. Can read those questions at the end. I will definitely address those questions at the end, unless it's perfect timing while I'm explaining something. I can go ahead and answer those questions for you. So, who am I? A little bit about my background. So I am from the nonprofit arena. I've been everything from a case manager, community organizer, to like a director of a region, overseeing a full region. So during that time, I've had to build relationships. I had to learn how to build nurturing relationships with my clients, with donors, with other colleagues, with parents, with a variety of different folks. And so I've grown. My passion is really about connectedness. I'm all about community. And that's kind of the continuance, that line that draws, that I'm bringing forward to you right now is that passion and that love of building community and relationship building. And so I've been in business for 3 years, and, I love to talk about the customer experience. What is the customer journey is all about. And, for a while that kind of fell on deaf ears, because You know, it's great to have a remarkable customer journey and customer experience, but how do you create that? How do you take a concept and really implement that into your business in a way that you can still have that work-life balance, right? Because I don't know about you, but when I started my business, I was a hot mess. I did not have a really good sense of how to prioritize my time, the admin time of searching for different notes, finding different conversations, trying to regroup and remember where I was in the sales process with a variety of different prospects. That was really frustrating and kind of a challenge for me. It was all about me getting organized, and it was really difficult for me to do that. And that's why I started on my journey of finding a CRM system. So just want to ask, what are your thoughts about a CRM system? How do you define a CRM system, really? Do you think that it's a database? Just think about that. And I'll definitely define it for you, but I want you right now to imagine that you had a system that reminded you when to follow up and with whom. What if you had a system that would email your prospects and your clients automatically? Just as soon as a prospect became a client, there were a series of emails being sent out to them at a frequency that you already know works best for your clients. Or maybe you had something to help you with follow-up for prospects, converting those leads to prospects. What if you had a system that ran all by itself? How would that change your business? What about if you had a system that tracked conversations so that when you go to speak to a prospect or a client, you had that information right at your disposal, easy access, no matter where you are? Can you imagine how that would change your business? Wouldn't that be awesome? How much time would you save? How much more productive if you had a system that provided you with a total 360 view of all of your clients? So you knew where you were in the sales process in any and every client you looked up in your system. It's almost like it would think for you. You didn't even have to think of anymore about what's the next step and what you need to do for that day. You just logged into your system and you were shown who you need to talk to on that day. You were provided with who you need to follow up with, what they needed, what type of conversation you need to have. Like, how would that change your business? Just think about that, right? You think about all the things that you go through in your business. It's like you go through different phases in your business. When you first launch your business or you start, you have all these distractions. And no matter where you are in business, you still have to face these distractions, but you understand how to deal with them. You understand how to prioritize your time. You understand what opportunities are a good fit for you versus the ones you can say no to, right? But those are still things that we still have to face and resolve every day in our business. I was listening to an interview by a man named Jim Quick. He's in the personal and professional development arena. I'm not sure if you heard of him, but he teaches people how to learn so that you can read faster, so that you can really digest information and understand it and really implement it into your life and your business. And so he was doing this interview and he talked about how there's this such thing as digital dementia. And I don't know if you heard about this or not, but it really does explain that we're starting to forget things more because of our digital devices are rewiring our brains to be more reactive and to to normalize distraction. So it's hard for us to focus. Isn't that crazy, right? So just think about all the things that you have to go through in your business and trying to discern what's right, when to do different things, how to prioritize, right? And so I'm going to get into how a CRM system can really solve that, or at least be part of that solution. If you have that, if you have that issue between that work balance that's going on, and you have issues with focus, and you want to be more organized, or you want to be more productive, we'll go over how a CRM system can really help you in your efforts. And so this is today's objective. This is the agenda. I'm going to define the CRM system, because there are different types. I'm going to go over that with you. And then I'll go into the 5 non-negotiable features. So if you have been on the search for a CRM system, you know that there are thousands out on the market. And then there are so many more coming on every day. CRM system is like the trend for IT businesses now. It's like, that's the flavor of the day. Create a CRM system. So it's really important that we understand how to navigate that whole arena when it comes to making a wise choice for you and your business. Just like when you are house hunting, it's a great idea to have a realtor. You may not necessarily have to, but there's just so much information out there that it's so easy for you to buy a house and be underwater, or buy a house that has all these problems, right? It's a huge investment. And that's how I look at CRM systems. It's a huge investment. And so before I really go into that, because I'm not a tech person, but because I'm a relational person and I understand the value of CRM systems, I really just geek out. So if any time I geek out, like, oh, rewind that, Tom, or you need to, explain that a little bit more, please, I welcome you to go into the chat box and type in your questions or, whatnot. So, because I really want you to understand this information so that you'll be better informed in making your CRM choice. Oh, and then also, just to throw that in there, I'm sure you read it already, but at the end of this training, if this is something that you want to know more about, want to take your learning further, I'm definitely sure that you can do so. Okay, so what is a CRM system? What do you think a CRM system is? Do you think it's like a database, like a electronic Rolodex? That's how I explained it to a lot of people at first, but it's more than that. And customer relationship management, and really it's a process. It's an approach to how you manage the physical action of building relationships, that communication piece, and kind of the administrative, the back end, all the paperwork and all that good stuff, right? How do you keep track of the back end of what people really don't see, of what it takes to stay organized and remember people and all that good stuff. So that's what a CRM system is. So when CRM systems were first created, it was a database. It was a place where you stored contact information, and it was something that you used the information, you looked in the system to get their information, and you put it back, right? And you go and you do other things, like when you made calls, you had a call log, and you had all these other systems and ways to track activities that you've done to grow that relationship. But it was never within that system, that database, that storage place. But now things have changed. Things have changed drastically, where those same things that you did manually, it's all part of the system now. So what does that do? That opens things up so that you can have like a total bird's eye view of your relationship.
You're trying to figure out what you want to see the most in proactive.
So,
Thanks so much for coming.
I hear somebody in the background. So if you're listening to something, yeah, thank you for muting. Thank you. So it's a database that houses multiple systems in it. And each system has like a series of different features. And those features are designed to assist with specific parts of your business. And so every CRM has a specialty in a specific system or area. So let me show you what I'm talking about, because I know that sounds really techy, like it's a platform with multiple systems with features and right? So let me show you how to visualize this. So think of a CRM system as a house. And each house, and in your house, you have different rooms, right? So as you can see, there's the room for the database, and that's like the living room. That's where your contacts live. There's also a room for the contact management. So contact management has a series of different features. This is where they track conversations, whether it's through your social media platforms or it's through email or phone. They can track your email. This is the room that allows you to segment your group. So let's say that you have a group that purchased one product versus a group that purchased a different product, or you have different ideal customers. You have different customers, right? That have different profiles. That's what segmentation does, and it's housed in the contact management room. Okay, so think of the features as like different furniture pieces, right? And you can mix and match what furniture you want in there, what features that you need. That's the same for contact management. Contact management is really about personalizing your communication and keeping track and keeping you organized. So that's one type of CRM, right? Another type of CRM is what we call a conversational CRM. A conversational CRM focuses on the conversation you have with your team. Let's say that you are all discussing a prospect, and everyone has their own opinion of what needs to go next, or everyone has different insight in terms of how to move that conversation forward. Well, a conversational CRM will allow you to have those conversations as a group within the system. So group can be part of the profile of the client. And so that's one system that's a part of a CRM. Then you have the sales and leads. And I think a lot of people are familiar with sales and leads because they're the most common that you see, like Salesforce. And so Salesforce, they really specialize in that visual of your sales pipeline, being able to track the entry point of a prospect to the point of sale. So you'll see different things as like lead score as a feature, and a series of other things that really looks at the financial part and like projections and reports and all those different things. It really helps you keep track of sales. So that's one system that's housed within the CRM, or that is specific to different CRMs. And then you have marketing automation. Marketing automation is about marketing. So it have email marketing, or like a content drip feature. It'll include landing pages and different widgets and all these things that really help you to share content and have different offerings. So these 4 different types of CRMs, they most often you'll see a CRM that has a few features of every different type that I'm mentioning to you. But they usually have features in one particular area more so than any other system. So just think of like the different CRMs that you've probably have researched and tried and looked through. You could probably go back and say, oh yeah, that was a content management, because they really didn't have any features for email marketing, or they didn't have landing pages. The cool thing about the content management CRM is that they're usually the most affordable CRM. So a lot of people start with that type of CRM because of its price point, and because the focus is really about organizing your customers, getting familiar with them, being able to personalize that type of CRM. And it goes along also with your personality. If you are relational, heart-centered type of business owner, then you would gravitate more so towards contact management type of CRM. If you are more of the sales type, you love the hunt, then something like Salesforce would be your ideal CRM, because it's going to help you track the numbers and look at the data and be able to meet your sales goals. It's kind of like something that people who are natural competitors gravitate towards. And then the marketing automation, brands like Infusionsoft and HubSpot, those are marketing automation. Those are really robust, and they're really for a business that have either a team or somebody that really is knowledgeable about marketing, or have a VA, or online businesses. A lot of online businesses have a CRM with marketing automation, and those tend to be the most expensive, because again, you're combining marketing components that you'll find in a totally different system with like a contact management system. So I know that that's a little complicated, and that's why I have this drawing of a room of a house, so you can think of the different compartments. In order for it to be a true CRM system, it needs to have at least 2 systems or features from 2 of the systems that you see or more. Okay, so let's talk about CRM benefits. So you remember at the beginning, and I talked about, what if you had a system where it really thought for you? You can just open it up and it'll tell you who to contact. It'll tell you where you are in any given sales process with any prospect. So just think about those things and what different benefit your business. So for instance, if you have a team and you purchase something that was mostly focused on like the conversations of the team, that could increase team synergy, where everyone's on one level. They're all thinking, you have your diverse views, but you all are moving towards something, on one accord, and it can improve company culture. It can really change the way the conversation about clients and what need to happen, and refine processes if you had that component. If you were to get a CRM that focused on contact management, like how could that help you personalize the communications? Would you have different groupings, or would you have more groupings of your clients and your prospects? Like, can you just picture how once you're able to personalize your communications more, how that can increase your business in more ways than one, right? Not just in terms of converting new prospects into sales, but in terms of getting more referrals, creating raving fans, because you're building that trust, right? You're building that trust. You know them. You're able to communicate in a way that they feel heard, they feel seen. It can totally change the game, right? And then think about the sales and leads. So if you're the type of person that, when you go out to networking meetings and everyone asks you, okay, what's your greatest challenge or what you need to work on? It's like, I need to fill my sales pipeline. Just think about if you have that issue, how that can really, having a CRM that specializes in that can turn things around for you, not just in terms of the people that you get into the pipeline, but being able to track where you are. That would be a game changer, right? And then the marketing automation that automates a lot of the different plans and processes that you have. So instead of always going out to networking groups and connecting with people there and then having to follow up and call with them, and then you could just put them into the system. Like, okay, boom, I talked to them, we met, we connect, put them into the system, have them go through that sales funnel, let them get a freebie, they connect with your Facebook group or whatever you have. Like, it can really open up some time that you can leverage. It can help you pinpoint different things that's going on, different trends that's going on in your business. It can just do so much. When I talk to my clients and we have our conversations, it's, how do I operate? How can, a solopreneur or a small business owner of one or two staff operate at a level of a medium-sized business or a large company? And a lot of times it's about the tech. I know what the tech, yeah. I don't consider myself a techie again, but I understand how technology in social media can really enhance the services. It can really help in strengthening the relationships that you have if you know how to use it. And that's the same with CRMs. So there are thousands of CRMs out there today, and you have some that specialize in a particular industry, and then you have some that's open to the masses that seems like a one-size-fits-all, but they're really not. And so again, CRM systems, that's a hot ticket item for IT companies. It's like the flavor of the day. And so it's really important that you understand CRMs so that you know what you're looking for, that you can identify the features that you absolutely need. And so whatever that they may market that seems sexy and things to you, you can overlook that and really go to what's important and what's essential to your business and what you absolutely need. And so in order to do that, it's important that you have a strategy. And so there are tons of people that buy CRM systems and they don't even implement it. I believe it's about 53% or more companies will purchase a CRM and they don't even use it, or their staff don't use it, right? So I know you want to avoid that because it's a big investment, no matter if you're paying $5 a month or if you're paying thousands a month, because at the end of the day, you're not just investing your money, you're investing your time. You are inputting priceless data of your clients into a system. And it's a long-term commitment. It's like you're in a marriage. Really, you really don't want to switch. If you don't have to, you really want to avoid switching CRMs until you have a team or a staff that can really help you in that process. Because moving data from one system to another system, there's a lot more involved in that than what it initially appears, right? So I have this stat up here. It says those who successfully implement CRM see a revenue increase of 16 to 1,000%. And it all depends on the information that you put into it. And it depends on you using those systems. You're taking the time to learn the features and creating a strategy that you can leverage. And that's how you grow. So it's not just about the system, it's about using the system. And so I want to share with you my 5 non-negotiables for when you're looking for CRMs, because, you know, I've invested in quite a few CRMs to be disappointed, but I didn't understand the features that I needed, which ones were essential, which were detriment to having a system that functioned for me, and those that were more like cosmetic, something that was like, oh, it's nice to have, but do I need it? Not really. Okay, so here are my 5 non-negotiables that, like, if the CRM that you're looking at, it doesn't have these features, you don't even look at it. You don't pass go. You don't collect $200. You just move. You don't look at it. And the first one is customer service. Now, everyone's level of customer service and their needs are different. Someone like me, I want somebody on the phone if something's going on with my system and I feel like it's urgent. I don't want that time to have to spend the time of searching in the knowledge base area, the frequently asked questions area to find the question and go. I want to talk to somebody. If it's an emergency, I want to talk to somebody. Other people feel differently. Other people are like, I'm good with videos, or I'm good with just that frequently asked question thing. Just point me in the right direction. Know what level of customer service or customer support that you need, and make that one of the first things that you look at. If they don't have what you need, don't even look. You'll just torture yourself that much more and try to figure out how you can make it work. And you don't want to do that. Don't get attached. Walk away if it doesn't have the level of customer support that you need. Mobility. Mobility is you being able to access your CRM on your phone. Now, you think that's a no-brainer in terms of, like, that's standard. Every CRM system should have that. That's not the case. It's not the case. You'll have some that, even though it's cloud-based, you can't use it on your phone because it's not mobile responsive. Okay, that's huge. So check to make sure if it doesn't have it on their features lists, if you can't call and figure it out, you don't even bother, because today's entrepreneur, today business owner, we are on the go. Even if you do have a physical office and you have multiple staff or whomever you have, we're all on the go. And there are plenty of situations where we need to access our CRM, where we're out in the field, whether because to enter in information or you access that. So if it doesn't have that mobility feature, then again, don't look at it, just walk away, just walk away. Integration is huge, because we all have our different systems that we like. Like maybe you have a calendar that you really like, and no matter what CRM system you get, you want to keep that calendar. Well, in order to keep that calendar, keep things functioning where you don't have to always go in and out of multiple systems, you want them to be able to talk to each other. You want them to integrate. So look for the integration. If you look at a CRM system, they have different plans, different pricing tiers, and the plan that you want to get does not include integration, then either you want to move up to the next plan, and if you can't, then just don't bother. Integration is huge. At the very least, the CRM system that you are interested in should be able to link with Zapier. And I would like to say your email. It really should link with your email. I'm big on the contact management features and tracking conversations. Having that all in like my client file is a must for me. So integration, huge. Don't get it if it doesn't have it. Scaling potential. So depending on what your budget is, you still, when you look at a CRM system, you want to look at future plans and think about how your business grow. As your business grow, you want to ask, can you still stick with this CRM? And if the answer is no, I wouldn't look at the CRM. You really shouldn't. You should just move forward. Or if, I'll say this is the exception. If you're looking for a system just for the now because of financial reasons or whatever the case may be, then you really want an exit plan of how you're going to export information, right? And see how easy that is as you look at these plans. Outside of that, look at the scaling, look at the pricing tiers. Me personally, I look at the enterprise plan, like the ultimate plan. And when I see that there's no cap of how much that plan costs, like they have, give us a call for enterprise, that is a sign to me that they are looking at either the number of contacts that you have, or they start doing percentages, like 20% of what your revenue is, which to me, I feel like it sucks because I want to make sure that my overhead stays as low as possible or whatnot. And that to me is like, that's just another way to increase my overhead because I have now at this point I have 20,000 contacts or I have 10,000 contacts. So those are the things that I look at and I consider as I'm making my choice. So again, look at that. That's important. If you don't agree with how it's growing with the bigger plans, think long term and just find another one. Again, there's thousands out there. I'm sure you can find one that you really like, that has all the features that you need and that is at a price point, even at the highest plan, that you can still feel good about. And then the last piece I have contact management features. And the reason why I mention this is because contact management is all about building that personal relationship, the features that they have. So when you look at different CRMs, even if they specialize in sales and leads or marketing automation, you want to make sure that they have a decent number of features from the contact management features that will help you in personalizing your communications and things. So I'd say at least 3. Have at least 3. And some of the features, like I said, includes like having that calendar and scheduling, reminders, group segmentation. Group segmentations are huge. Tags, offerings tags, those are also like a contact management type feature. So look for those features and make sure that you have enough features from that so that you can nurture your relationships. Okay, so I know that I shared a lot with you, and either you're at a point where it's like golden. I got the right information. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to find, my CRM system, or you're ready to make a decision on a couple of CRM systems that you've been looking at. That's awesome. I'm glad I can help you. Or maybe you're at a stage where you're like, oh, great. This is great information, but where the heck do I start? Because there's tons of CRMs. And I don't even have a strategy, how I'm going to implement. Maybe this was a little bit much that you need to digest and you're still kind of like swimming out there like, okay, what do I do? If you need assistance, I am definitely here for you and I'm offering free consultations because a CRM system can really scale your business. It can help with that whole issue of productivity that people are looking to increase. It can help you with your time management. It can really free up some time for you, so that you can focus on other things in your business that matter, like the service delivery, right? Like the front end of your business, of really building those relationships. Why deal with the administrative part of it? And even if you do have a VA, streamlining your process would make it easier to train the VA in terms of what needs to happen and keep track of stuff. So that can open up their time too. It's all about growing your business at a pace that you can keep up with the demand and still grow the revenue to live and reinvest in your business. And so that's what a CRM can do for you, but it requires you knowing what information to enter. What type of customer data do you need in order to build those relationships, in order to make the sales? How do you need to customize it and set it up so that it's easy for you to navigate? Like, you should be in your CRM system every day. It should be telling you what you need to do. It should house the bulk of your business information. That's with good CRMs, and that's when you have a good CRM strategy. And so if you have any questions, or if you need to kind of someone to help you think things through in terms of specifically what you need, what features you need, take advantage of my free consultation. The link is down there. Again, I've been through it before, where I invested in multiple CRM systems to see how they work, and they did not work for me. I'm a person that I absolutely hate data entry. So anything that help lighten that piece, I'm looking for. That's not the same for everybody, though. Some people can type 90 words a minute, and it's, they don't need that. They don't need a trainer. Okay. But there are other content management features, or there are other sales features. Some people really need help in the sales arena. This can really help you and give you that leverage, and it doesn't take away from your sales coach or your marketing coach. It just gives you the tools that you need to get that job done, to be able to perform those tasks needed so that you can move on and get big enough to hire other people. So I thank you for your time. Again, take advantage of my free consultation. That'll link take you right to my calendar, and you can book it. It'll be a 30-minute consultation. There'll be some questions that you have to answer to book. But take advantage of that. You have any questions, I'll definitely help you through the process, because it sucks when you go through the process, you got to keep doing it again because you keep keep picking the wrong CRM. And that's more common than what you think. So any questions? I believe there's a chat box here. Bam! That's my picture, my happy face. You can reach out to me on Facebook or on LinkedIn. You can find me those two places. A little bit more, either way it goes. I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear your opinions, your feedback, your questions, and whatnot. So thank you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.